you have been impacted by COVID during your time at SCC, yet here you are. It was not an easy journey, but you still stand strong, so congratulations. When I started my journey towards higher education, it was a dream come true. I was homeschooled my entire life along with my two siblings, and we never thought that college would be an option. None of my family had ever gone because it was not a matter of survival. There was a stint growing up where we were homeless for 18 months. We didn't have anything to rely on except for each other. My parents, however, had instilled the ideas of hard work, honesty, and discipline. So we made it through by relying on each other, by trusting each other, and by everybody doing their part. So this gave me a strong sense of family. It wasn't until SCC that I really developed a sense of community. My initial goal when I came to SCC was to just get my piece of paper and get back to work to start supporting my new wife. As I went for my degree as an electrical technician, something changed in me. It clicked. I found a passion for learning. I did well through my first degree because I had professors Kurt Knoll and Philip Moran that took the time to connect and explain the material on a personal level that I could understand. They encouraged doing more than just technical coursework. They encouraged me to join Phi Theta Kappa, which I did as the VP of Honors in Action. Now, upon graduating with my first degree, they recommended me for a scholarship that would allow me to get my pre-engineering degree at SCC. I wasn't sure how I was going to pay for the rest of it, but with encouragement, they connected me with Melissa Winstead, who was the head of the ambassador program. I became a student ambassador, and that started a much longer journey. While I was in Phi Theta Kappa, I was honored to have an amazing mentor, the late Margot Ham. She and the other advisors, Jonna Atkinson-Bigelow, Alina Morrow, and Julie Howe, they helped me to see more in myself than what I ever thought was possible, and with their guidance, I was even able to attain a scholarship to the University of Kentucky. So while I was going through my pre-engineering coursework at SCC, I thought I could approach it the same way I did my technician coursework and just bullhead my way through it. I was wrong. I had teachers who invested their time when they saw that I was struggling. They met me at my level. Miss Lewis, to this day, has given me the worst exam grade I ever received. Then she proceeded to help me find what my issue was, and then she taught me to step away from a problem, take a break, and come back at it with fresh eyes. This has served me well in my career. Miss House, she taught me that no matter how big the problem was, it could always be broken down into smaller parts, and then, just like dominoes, knock one of them down at a time. Miss Grover, she taught me the importance of communication, so if this doesn't go well, you can blame her. She taught me the importance of communication in a field where being poor at communicating is almost expected, so this has actually led to an early promotion, so thank you, Miss Grover. There are so many teachers and faculty that took a chance on me. They invested their own time. They stayed late. They took calls or emails on the weekend simply because they wanted to see me succeed and do well. So what I find interesting, though, is when you look up community on Merriam-Webster, there's going to be a listing for Commonwealth. Since Kentucky's the Commonwealth state, I thought it would be interesting to click on it. And when you do, you're going to find a description about working towards a common good. Community itself, it has many meanings. An interacting population of various kinds of individuals in a common location. A group linked by common policy and social activity, just to list a few. And considering those definitions, it makes sense because SCC showed me that the faculty and staff, they exhibit a policy through social activity of educating various kinds of individuals in a common place for a common good. Now it's your responsibility. It's your turn to take the goal of working toward a common good into the rest of the world. Encourage each other to do and be better. It's not easy. It takes work. It takes putting yourself out there, mentoring, and taking chances on others. It takes being willing to set aside differences, find the common ground, and raise each other up. For those of you that are going to further your education, I do want to encourage you. You have received a top-tier education at SCC. I was in a very good place when I transferred to the University of Kentucky. And because of the time that everyone at SCC had invested in me, I had a strong sense of community. This actually led to some awards at UK, such as Outstanding Engineering Junior for electrical engineers. I want to encourage you to use study groups. If they do not exist, make one. Put yourself out there. Build a stronger community. It takes work. You will get hurt, but I encourage you to choose your hard. Make it the hard that will give you a better life, and then in the end, help others do the same. I want to thank SCC, the faculty, the staff, past, present, and future, that continue to change lives like yours and mine. I want to thank them for giving us brighter futures by believing in and investing in others. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joshua. At this time, we will award degrees, diplomas, and certificates to those students who have successfully completed programs of study in their selected majors. As each graduate approaches, Dr. Clint Hayes, Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, will read their name and any honors that have been bestowed upon them. As your name is called, please accept your credential from Dr. Castle. Will the student marshals please take their positions? Dr. Hayes.
Keisha Phipps, Associate in Science and Associate in Arts. Ethan Cosen, Associate in Science with high distinction. Carly Davis, Associate in Science with high distinction. Alicia Denny, Associate in Science. Madison Garrett, Associate in Science with distinction. Leah Hollis, Associate in Science with high distinction. Song Jin, Associate in Science. Minso Kim, Associate in Science with high distinction. Amber Luttrell, Associate in Science. Noah Malone, Associate in Science with high distinction. Samuel Moore, Associate in Science, and 1 certificate with high distinction. Joni Perry, Associate in Science with high distinction. Andrew Tompkins, Associate in Science with high distinction. Rachel Blevins, Associate in Arts with distinction. Jamie Bowman, Associate in Arts with distinction. Montana Brumley, Associate in Arts. Austin Cardish, Associate in Arts. Jamie Collett, Associate in Arts. Brooklyn Fraze, Associate in Arts. Michaela Widener, Associate in Arts. Carissa Goodlett Smith, Associate in Arts. Tiffany Hancock, Associate in Arts. Becky Hinson, Associate in Arts. Paige Hicks, Associate in Arts with high distinction. Sarah Hunter, Associate in Arts with distinction. Jennifer Keith, Associate in Arts. Courtney King, Associate in Arts. Kara Reese, Associate in Arts with high distinction. Brooklyn Rourke, Associate in Arts. Alondra Rosales, Associate in Arts with high distinction. Colton Smith, Associate in Arts with high distinction. Ella Smith, Associate in Arts, and 1 certificate. Levi Spurgeon, Associate in Arts. Savannah Sweet, Associate in Arts. Ashley Wilkerson, Associate in Arts. Blaine Davis, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, Agriculture Equipment Technician, and Medium Heavy Truck Technician diplomas, and 11 certificates. Colby Nettles, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, Agriculture Equipment Technician, and Medium Heavy Truck Technician diplomas, and 11 certificates. Jerry Barnes, Agriculture Equipment Technician, and Medium Heavy Truck Technician diplomas, and 12 certificates with distinction. Logan Benedict, Agriculture Equipment Technician and Medium Heavy Truck Technician diplomas, and 11 certificates with distinction. Jacob Maggard, Agriculture Equipment Technician and Medium Heavy Truck Technician diplomas with 11 certificates with distinction. Garrett Robertson, Agriculture Equipment Technician and Medium Heavy Truck Technician diplomas and 11 certificates with high distinction. Courtney Brock, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 6 certificates with high distinction. Renita Fox, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 6 certificates with high distinction. Delana Gill, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 6 certificates with distinction. Lauren Hughes, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 6 certificates with high distinction. Luke Luttrell, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 4 certificates. Landon Roark, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 4 certificates. Mary Beth Robinson, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 4 certificates. Matthew Robinson, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 4 certificates. Tabitha Smith, Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration, and 5 certificates with high distinction. Dustin Alton, Associate in Applied Science, Computer and Information Technologies, and 4 certificates with distinction. Delaney Baker, Associate in Applied Science, Computer and Information Technologies, and 2 certificates. Marky New, Associate in Applied Science, Computer and Information Technologies, and 6 certificates with high distinction. Mitchell New, Associate in Applied Science, Computer and Information Technologies, and 7 certificates with distinction. Chestina Trainer, Associate in Applied Science, Computer and Information Technologies, and 7 certificates with high distinction. Lauren Connor, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, Cosmetologist Diploma, and 1 certificate. Taylor Hayden, a Cosmetologist Diploma, and 1 certificate. Abria Napier, Cosmetologist Diploma, and 1 certificate with high distinction. Lexus Gibson, Cosmetologist Certificate. Camille Miles, Cosmetologist Certificate. Jerry Ann Price, Cosmetologist Certificate. Gracie Shelton, Cosmetologist Certificate. Angela Dobbs, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, and 2 certificates. Abigail Glover, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, and 2 certificates. Jessica Huffman, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, and 3 certificates. Logan Rose, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, and 2 certificates. It's up to you. Zach Thompson, Associate in Applied Science, Culinary Arts Diploma, and 4 certificates. Christopher Asher, Associate in Applied Science, Emergency Medical Services Paramedic, and 1 certificate with distinction. Justin Ritchie, Associate in Applied Science, Emergency Medical Services, Paramedic with distinction. Matthew Singleton, Associate in Applied Science, Emergency Medical Services, Paramedic, and 1 certificate. Caitlin Prater, Emergency Medical Services, Paramedic Certificate. Keaton Hare, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering and Electronics Technology, Electrical Technology and Electronics Diplomas, and 9 certificates. Edwin Willis, Associate in Applied Science, Engineering and Electronics Technology, Electrical Technology and Electronics Diplomas, 7 certificates with high distinction. Joshua Mills, Electrical Technology Diploma, and 7 certificates. Glenn Hinkle, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, and 3 certificates. Ethan Fisher, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, Electrical Technology Diploma, and 7 certificates with distinction. Janice Phipps, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, Electrical Technology Diploma, and 7 certificates with distinction. Kelly Jones, Associate in Science, Associate in Arts, and Practical Nurse Diploma. Samantha Stinson, Associate in Science and Practical Nurse Diploma. Victoria Franklin, Associate in Arts and Practical Nurse Diploma. Carly Gibson, Associate in Arts and Practical Nurse Diploma. Jacqueline Johnson, Associate in Arts and Practical Nurse Diploma. Sabrina Stevens, Associate in Arts and Practical Nurse Diploma. Kendra Spencer, Associate in Applied Science, General Occupational Technical Studies, and Practical Nurse Diploma. Brenda Ayala, Practical Nurse Diploma with high distinction. Emily Bishop, Practical Nurse Diploma. Tabitha Black, Practical Nurse Diploma. Laura Branscombe, Practical Nurse Diploma. Kelsey Birchfield, Practical Nurse Diploma. Brandy Burris, Practical Nurse Diploma. Cynthia Carlson, Practical Nurse Diploma with high distinction. Ashton Coffey, Practical Nurse Diploma. Lindy Cummings, Practical Nurse Diploma. Melissa Durnford Barnhouse, Practical Nurse Diploma with high distinction. Erica Fisher, Practical Nurse Diploma. Shelby Foster, Practical Nurse Diploma with distinction. Samantha Gadd, Practical Nurse Diploma. Paige Getman, Practical Nurse Diploma. Michaela Gooch, Practical Nurse Diploma. Haley Gross, Practical Nurse Diploma with distinction. Cassie Hall, Practical Nurse Diploma. Bailey Hill, Practical Nurse Diploma. Tori Hill, Practical Nurse Diploma. Hi. Belle Holder, Practical Nurse Diploma. Morgan Lewis, Practical Nurse Diploma. Hi. Chloe Martin, Practical Nurse Diploma. Jolie Martin, Practical Nurse Diploma. Taylor McGuire, Practical Nurse Diploma. Megan Newsom, Practical Nurse Diploma. Destiny Price, Practical Nurse Diploma. Dewayna Piles, Practical Nurse Diploma. Crystal Sparkman, Practical Nurse Diploma.
Can you say my middle name?
Kaylee Irene Smith, Associate in Science and Practical Nurse Diploma with high distinction. Kaylee Stearns, Practical Nurse Diploma. Michaela Walker, Practical Nurse Diploma. Blake Bolin, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Technician Diploma, and 7 certificates with high distinction. Christopher Collett, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Technician Diploma, and 7 certificates. Seth Cowan, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Technician Diploma, and 7 certificates with high distinction. Martin Dick, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Technician Diploma, and 7 certificates with high distinction. Dalen Duvall, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Technician Diploma, and 6 certificates with distinction. Heather Jones, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Diploma, and 7 certificates with high distinction. Daniel Mills, Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Maintenance Technology, Industrial Maintenance Diploma, and 6 certificates with high distinction. Brittany Gray, Associate in Applied Science, Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education, Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education Diploma, and 2 certificates with high distinction. Barbara Garland, Associate in Applied Science, Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education, Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education Diploma, and 2 certificates. Megan Peters, Associate in Applied Science, Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education, Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education Diploma, and 3 certificates with high distinction. Marlena Arthur, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Information Technology, Medical Administrative Assistant Diploma, and 6 certificates. Karen Floyd, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Information Technology, Medical Administrative Assistant, and Medical Records Specialist Diplomas, and 5 certificates with high distinction. Kathleen Harvey, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Information Technology, Medical Administrative Assistant, and Medical Records Specialist Diplomas, and 4 certificates with high distinction. Reagan Terwilliger, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Information Technology, Medical Administrative Assistant, and Medical Records Specialist Diplomas, and 4 certificates with high distinction. Kimberly Dick, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Information Technology, and 4 certificates with distinction. Jacqueline Markham, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Information Technology, and 4 certificates with high distinction. Brandy Kober, Associate in Science and Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician. Taylor Davis, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician with high distinction. Emily Gillock, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician with high distinction. Amanda Haney, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician with distinction. Rebecca Mooney, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician. Shavana Prater, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician. Angelica Redmond, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician with distinction. Heather Woods, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technician with distinction. Megan Miller, Associate in Science and Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Brooklyn Perry, Associate in Science and Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Leanne Robinson, Associate in Science and Associate in Applied Science, Nursing with distinction. Amanda Arbuthnot, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Erica Brock, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing with distinction. Cassidy Clark, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Amber Darty, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Lauren Duval, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Donna Holstein, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Brianna Houston, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Katie Hulsey, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Tracy Johnson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Callie Rogers, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Dawn Thompson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Rhoda Thompson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Taylor Wesley, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing with distinction. Sarah Adkins, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with distinction. Jason Bolin, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Rebecca Cross, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Marissa Fields, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Tyler Hill, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Yes, what's your name? Catherine Hurst, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Madison Mabe, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Lindsay Overby, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with distinction. Marie Potts, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Robert Ray, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Chelsea Reed, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. William Russell, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with distinction. Trevor Schooley, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Kaylee Wall, Associate in Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with high distinction. Casey Rose, Associate in Science, Associate in Arts, and Associate in Applied Science Radiography with high distinction. Courtney Getler, Associate in Applied Science Radiography with high distinction. William Prophet, Associate in Applied Science Radiography. Rachel Wilson, Associate in Applied Science Radiography with high distinction. Rachel Jones, Associate in Science and Associate in Applied Science Respiratory Therapist. Destiny Patterson, Associate in Applied Science, Respiratory Therapist with high distinction. Shannon Smeraldo, Associate in Applied Science, Respiratory Therapist. Matthew Haynes, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology with high distinction. Miranda Laws, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Dylan Robinson, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology with high distinction. Savannah Stidham, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Michaela Taylor, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology with high distinction. April Upchurch, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Ana Vasquez, Associate in Applied Science, Surgical Technology with high distinction. Tessa Brown, Associate in Applied Science, Visual Communication, Multimedia, Multimedia Diploma, and 5 certificates with high distinction. Topanga Stevens, Associate in Applied Science, Visual Communication, Multimedia, Multimedia Diploma, and 3 certificates with high distinction. Cody Knatzer, Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, Mechanic Diploma, and 3 certificates. Casey Wall, Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, Mechanic Diploma, and 4 certificates. Cassandra Johnson, Entry-Level Pharmacy Technology Certificate. Caitlin Poindexter, Esthetician Certificate. Whitney Haney, Medicaid Nurse Aide Certificate. As soon as I get back down there, I'll start reading. Will all the candidates for graduation please rise? Dr. Castro, it is my honor and pleasure candidates for graduation. These candidates have met the requirements for their respective degree, diploma, or certificate as set forth by the Kentucky Community and Technical College System. They have been recommended for graduation by our faculty and approved by the KCTCS Board of Regents.
By the authority vested in me by the Kentucky Community and Technical College System Board of Regents, and upon your having completed all the requirements set forth in the KCTCS catalog, and upon accepting the recommendations of the faculty, I confer on each of you your associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Congratulations, graduates. And now, as a matter of tradition, I would like to invite the graduates to move their cap tassel from the right side to the left of their mortarboard, indicating that they are graduates of Somerset Community College. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the 2022 graduates of Somerset Community College. Good job, Mr. Verler.
Our platform party faculty, staff, and graduates will now join in the recessional. During the recessional, we ask that the audience please remain in place until the graduates have exited the area. And finally, we invite you to join us in the fellowship hall for a reception honoring all of our graduates. Now, will the student marshals please take their places? Please remain standing until the graduates have exited the hall.